Hello everybody, let's look at the event quest changes, buff. I'd say buff or change. It depends how you want to kind of look at all of this. So one of the big things that I'm quite passionate about this is event quest, mainly because of saving time. Like myself and many other people, trying to find time to do a lot of stuff in game, you know, trying to keep up with relevancy, metas and all that stuff is a bit of a tough one. So you kind of like, whenever you have available time, is go and grind. Like one of the big things I said this week is I have to get 175,000 points on Battlegrounds. I had to get 100% with, we're getting Sector 25, Sector 25, Sector 6, 25, Zone 25, done. I had to get Event Quest 100%. I had to get the Brutal DLX Challenge done. And I say these things like I have to get them done. I have to get X amount of units. Like there's no kind of like excuses. I have to get it by the end of the month or the end of the event quest or event in general. Have to get stuff done. The point I'm getting to with all of this, without going off on a tangent, is all about using your time wisely. And that's one of the big things that I am very excited about what Kabam are doing with the changes. When it comes to the energy refills side of things, that's something we're going to talk about in a second. But these substantial changes that are coming to Event Quest hopefully will facilitate. So, funnily enough, I was actually having a conversation with somebody, actually agreeing with them, and I was actually considering it that I would next month, so the event, September event, I'd stop doing Event Quest. The problem with doing that now is that, well, Kabam made it less grindier, and as well put the Paragon Gauntlet in, so it means that that is something that I'm going to be shooting for. So I'm really hoping that this is, you know, going to be a much more straightforward process. So one of the first things is that there's fewer paths, 6 paths removed. Now, if I remember rightly, and that's something that I kind of like, I completely forgot about, calculator. Let's hazard a guess here. I'm just trying to remember like how many paths. I mean, I could check, like, I don't want to kind of go too much into this because it's like, oh no, we got to like check all the paths and things like that, and that's a problem. But yeah, if I remember rightly, that the last path has got 7. The last quest is 7 paths. If I'm right on that one. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 7 paths. Okay, 7 paths, and then plus, say the previous one is like, what, 6? Oh man, I should have really become better prepared for the video. I'm actually just like checking in game with this one, but I think I can hazard a guess with a few of the others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, plus 6. And then I want to say it goes plus 5 with that. Don't worry, we can deal with this. We can deal with this in the video already. Plus 5, I want to say. So yeah, what is this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's double paths, isn't there? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there is 5. Okay, cool. Right, okay. So plus 5 equals 18. And then I want to say it's... I should really make sure it's accurate on this one. So we'll check on that one. It's probably just I cut the video here. Well, glad I did check because it was a further 7 more paths that are added to this one. So it brings us up to a nice round 30. 30 takes 6, leaves us with 24 paths total. I thought it was going to be a lot less than that, to be honest. I was wishfully hoping that there'd be a lot less. But still, 24 paths instead of 30 paths is still something that I'll take all day long. And that's interesting to note, you know, by calculator. So remove nodes per difficulty for less travel times and simpler navigation, energy cost per node, blah, 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 blah. As I said in the live stream earlier, the live stream video coverage earlier, one of the big things for me as, you know, non-spending player is acquisition of units. And one thing that I've been, you know, doing is indeed kind of like auto fighting through some of this difficulty. The problem is that comes to this is like, you know, when you come to the latter stages of something like Proven, do you want 100% like these or kind of like Contender? I do actually end up doing it, But I'm just looking at like, oh, energy spend. I mean, look, if I've got energy to burn, I will kind of go and burn it. Like the same way that there was, I was up to 70 energy and I was like, well, I'm now going to be making content into the evening. It's probably best to just auto fight into some lower content and as well get my objective done at the same time. So that was kind of like trying to do like a double dip on that double bubble, doing my work, doing the content, doing that at the same time. So I'm really hoping that this kind of like leads to just an improvement of how I'm able to grab units from lower content auto fighting through. Something that will be kind of like interesting to note is the energy spend, because that's just the thing. Kabam do claim right here is that the energy cost per node is increased, and there's slightly more energy to complete, but it's the significantly less energy to explore. So it's going to be this kind of dynamic here. Like if you go through the pain point first, it's then how it kind of like continues on that is going to be a discerning factor to this being a success or a failure. And I think it's going to be a really good thing. And that's just the main point that, as Kabam say, overall much less grind, and that is something that's going to be very important, especially because that Paragon Gauntlet, I think, is going to be it's going to be a good thing. It's a really good thing. We'll talk about that in a second. Rewards update as well. The way that you're able to grab level 4 health potions, the chests being an important thing. To be honest, chests haven't been relevant for a very long time. It's been very weird to see stuff that kind of like pops out for them, especially because things move on with the game gold wise. I mean, I have no problem with gold, but I guess that, and I don't know how I have no problem with gold because I'm a non-spending player in the game, but I do a little bit of arena, but I never open my arena crystals. I play a lot of incursions prior to the changes, so I guess maybe that's a reason why. But different strokes to different strokes. Different strokes to different folks. I'm not saying, hey, go grind incursions. Go do this, go do that, because you might not want to. It's up to you what you do in game. It's up to you. And also, Kabam have to really kind of make a game that is inclusive for everybody's tastes. Sadly, that's not always the case, and you always feel yourself kind of like forced to go, oh, I guess I have to do this. Like this month, I wasn't really interested in Battlegrounds. No disrespect, I do like Battlegrounds, but it's the first month of like, do you know what? After last month, I could probably do with a break from it. But I wanted to do it. My alliance mates have all put in 175k, or trying to. I want to match that. I want to help out. I want to do my bit. So that's what I've been trying to do. Any case, moving on. Rewards updates, Paragon Gauntlet. How does it work? As you know. And that's the big thing. You're going to have to explore Thronebreaker. I wasn't too much of a fan about that. I kind of felt it would have been nice just to do like a one and done. Because it does mean that you have to grind out Thronebreaker. But it gives a good test for me to go, is it better? Is it quicker? And that's the thing. Reduce the grind. I've got to do a lot more arena nowadays, being non-spending. We've got Cyber Weekend coming up. So, and also the Banquet event 2023, if it comes back. And that's going to be exciting as well to have like a team of 3 going into the champion, facing against the bosses. Yep, should be good. And the rewards on completion, which is going to be some nice stuff as well. And that's the big thing. Kabam are putting in better rewards. But I don't think this is going to mean that this content is going to be too difficult. And the reason I don't think it's too difficult is that it is just not super rewarded. I'm sure people would disagree with that one. But if Kabam were to make it super difficult, they'd have to reward it a lot more than this. It's still nice stuff. And I'm not complaining. It's just a case of like, look, when it's not a full 6-star relic, or it's not a full 7-star, or it's not 6,000 or 7,000 or 10,000 7-star shards, and also, tier 3 alpha, 1 tier 6 basic. The meta of the game is that, look, if you're putting in really spicy, difficult content, it's got to be really spicy rewarded. So I guess this is just going to be like a fun added extra that allows you to really kind of like switch out your team. And that's the thing. I think adding more fun is going to be a great thing about the monthly quest, which, yeah, again, I'm thumbs up. I think this is great. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm actually really happy with a lot of the changes Kabam have made. Doesn't mean to say that every change is going to be spot on. They've still got a lot more to do. State of Battlegrounds from this season is just deplorable on its extent of grind. Looked at the comment section of Wednesday's deep dive into that when we talked about Battlegrounds being grindy. A lot of people very, very passionate about that one, and as well Kabam are taking that feedback and hopefully take that feedback and change it. There was an image. I think it was like was it an image? I thought there was an image of the gauntlet itself. There's a little flash of it, but I guess not. But in any case, I just want to kind of like end there. I'm very much looking forward to this event quest and what it means. Like it's going to be a lot better. I think it will be. Of course, I could be wrong next week, but on the face of it, less paths per difficulty is going to be beneficial. Beneficial for your lower auto fighting to get those units and better stuff. Better when you come to go, oh, I want to do a lot more this month. Well, I've got to do Thronebreaker. Well, that's going to take about 6 hours to do. Well, no, at this rate, it's actually going to take about 4 hours. It could be less than that. You know, people might be able to do it in like 3 hours or so. But, you know, it's all about Kabam looking at reducing down time investment, allowing you more time to do other modes. And that's something I think Kabam are learning very slowly, but they're getting there. And that's something of a positive. But in any case, that's been the video. What is your thoughts on the event quest buff? I wanted to do a full video on this one. But yeah, thoughts in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. And I'll see you in the next video, whenever that be. Cheers. Bye-bye.